Hey everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Yoga Anywhere. I'm so excited that you've decided to join me today. Today we've got a practice for our hands and our wrists. And maybe you're thinking, I don't need this isn't yoga, this isn't the type of practice that I think I should be doing in my small amounts of time in my day. But our hands and our wrists are really, really important. So if you sit at a desk all day typing on a computer, if you do yard work or construction work where you're using your hands and your arms continuously, you absolutely need to be taking care of your hands and your wrists. So all you need is to come to a comfortable seated position. We will be moving into a tabletop position at some point, but for now, wherever you're sitting is totally fine. So the first thing we're going to do is just warm up the wrists with some wrist circles. So just going in one direction, just moving the wrists around. Great. And then switching directions. And it's really important that we bring movement to the body and just start lubricating the joints. It helps break up the fascia, it helps get the blood flowing, and this is something you could do a couple times a day just from your desk or as a little break from work while you're sitting on the toilet, whatever. All right, and now we're going to start by stretching out the right hand. So put your right hand right out in front of you and bring your left hand right against your fingers and pull it towards your face. And so you're probably feeling a little bit of sensation through maybe your wrist or your forearm. Obviously ease off a little bit if you're feeling too much or if there's any pain, but a little bit of sensation is okay. Just taking nice deep inhales and exhales as you move through this. Really good. Now we're going to switch to the other hand. So exact same thing, maybe noticing how this one feels. Maybe this one feels a little bit different because it's not your mouse hand. Maybe it's not your dominant hand. For most of you, it's probably not. Or maybe it's more tight because you don't use it as much. Just observing how you feel. Really good. And release that. And just shake it out. Let that go. And so from here, we're going to do each finger. So we're going to stretch each finger separately. So bringing your hand back up, and we're going to start, I guess we should start with the thumb. So just having your hand right out in front of you like you're telling somebody to stop, and then just using one little finger just to bring your thumb back. Just stretching it out a little bit. Really great. Releasing that and just making circles with your thumb. One way and then the other. Really good. All right, now on to our pointer finger. Try and keep your other fingers as still as you can. And just feel the sensations as you move through this. Remember that you're not yanking on your finger, you're just tugging it back nice and gently with a little bit of force, something so you feel a little something, but not so much that you're gonna pull your finger off. And release that and into the middle finger. Really good. And you'll observe as you do this that you'll feel different sensations through your hands, through your wrists, through your forearms, up into your arms. All right, releasing that and coming into the ring finger. Really good. Release and pinky finger. Be gentle on this little guy. Great, and release, and then open and close your hands a couple of times. Great, now we're going to switch to the other hand. So starting with the thumb. Really good. Releasing the thumb and doing circles back and forth. Now point your finger. This one I definitely feel the most sensation for. So just observe, maybe that's the same for you, maybe it's different. Just noticing how it feels. All right, releasing that and coming into your middle finger. This one actually has a lot of sensation too. And it might change time to time, day to day. This is something you should really be doing every single day, especially if you have any pain or injury or anything like that. Of course, if you're experiencing a lot of pain or you have something like carpal tunnel syndrome or anything like that, you should see a doctor, see a physiotherapist, see a chiropractor, all that good stuff. Switch to your pinky finger before you start doing any type of stretching. Really good. And releasing that, opening and closing a couple of times. Really good. All right, so from here, we're going to extend our right arm up, just like we were going to do that stop. And we're just going to leave it right here with our fingers pointing towards our face as much as you can. You might be feeling some sensation. You can stay here if it feels like quite a bit, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can just bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Breathing deep inhales and exhales. Inhale deeply. Exhale back to center and releasing down. Shaking out the hand and the arm and doing a couple shoulder rolls back and forward, just releasing any tension from that arm. All right, we'll switch to the left. So extending your left arm, fingers are up pointing towards the ceiling and just feeling the sensation here. You might have some sensation, you might not. I know I definitely do. And it comes from my shoulders being tight, my arms being tight, and then all of that feeding down to my hands as well as sitting on my computer all day. All right, stay here if you want. Otherwise, draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Really good. Nice deep inhales and exhales here, breathing through the sensation. Great. Inhale deeply. Exhale back to center and releasing down, shaking out the hand and the arm, doing shoulder rolls back and then forward. Really good. Now, we are going to come onto all fours. So remove anything that's under your sit bones and come into a tabletop position. So as you come here, you want to stack wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and then we're going to turn our hands around. So if you've got a lot of tension in the forearms, you might just need to walk your knees in a little bit, and that's totally fine. And all we're going to do right now is just rock back and then forward. And so you're going to feel some sensation in your forearms. Be nice and gentle on the body, so not coming to a place of excruciating pain or pain at all. There's a difference between sensation and pain, and it's really important to identify that in your body and know that if you're like, oh yikes, this is hurting me, this is injuring me, I need to get out of this. Really good. Now from here we're going to come into cat-cows. So on an inhale, sink the belly, reach the hips and head, cow pose. Exhale, arching through the spine, coming into cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Really good. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then slowly releasing, sitting back and just doing some wrist circles and releasing out of that. All right, moving into our final exercise here, we're going to come up onto fists. So just like you were going to whack something, coming up onto a fist, and all we're going to do is rock forward. So rocking forward on your right, rocking forward on your left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and now let's do both at one time. Really good. Okay, great. And coming out of it and doing some little circles, opening and closing the hands, shaking through the shoulders, just seeing how you feel. And so I hope that that practice was helpful for your hands, for your wrists. If you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. Thanks so much for joining me, and namaste. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get all future videos as soon as they come out. I'll see you next week.